Roads have begun to crack and buildings buckle under the pressure of underground magma as Iceland prepares for a possible volcanic eruption. 900 earthquakes hit the south of the country on Monday, with tens of thousands of tremors reported in the region of Reykjanes in recent weeks. Scientists began to worry as lava started to head to the surface, as Matthew James Roberts from the Icelandic Meteorological Office explains.
This intrusion was 15 kilometers long, and to begin with, there were thousands of cubic meters per second of molten rock magma coursing into this intrusion. This intrusion now sits just below the Earth's surface, so a molten sheet of magma over a distance of 15 kilometers, and it in fact stretches through and beneath the coastal town of Grindavik.
All 3,800 residents of the town were evacuated from their homes over the weekend. Most have been able to find accommodation with friends and family, with only 50 to 70 in evacuation centres. Local Hans Vera says they are used to earthquakes, but not like this.
It was always shaking. So there was no way to get sleep or nothing. So we were like a little bit like, this is not normal anymore.
Evacuees were able to return home briefly to retrieve belongings, but only via an escort.
Huge cars from the rescue team, 20 policemen, all blinking lights. It's just unreal. It's like a war zone or something. It's really strange.
Authorities fear the underground magma will pierce the Earth's surface and potentially hit the coastal town and a geothermal power station.
And the major worry from a hazard and risk perspective is that the magma could come to the surface and produce a fissure eruption, a Hawaiian-style lava-producing volcanic eruption, and this could produce fissures over a long length.
The Reykjanes Peninsula is a volcanic and seismic hotspot, with volcanic activity occurring as recently as July. In March 2021, lava fountains erupted spectacularly from a fissure in the ground over 2,000 feet long.
We have this tremendous uncertainty now. Will there be an eruption, and if so, what sort of damage will occur?
Now, since the end of October, we have had many more earthquakes. I mean, like 1,000 a day, of which, of course, the most ones are small. But some periods we would like last Tuesday night, for example, from midnight until 4 o'clock approximately in the morning, it was like constant shaking of our house, and like with peaks of 4.5, 4.9, but then it would slow down a little bit, but you would never be, steady. It was always shaking. So there was no way to get sleep or nothing. So we were like a little bit like, this is not normal anymore. I mean, we know how earthquakes are, but normally it's like one good shake and then you get many afterwards that are very small or much smaller, and that's okay. But you know, then it's like over again for a while. But this was constant. This, I had never experienced this. And then on Friday, I came home after work, and I came just in the house, and there was a huge earthquake, over 4. And like 2 minutes later, there was another one, maybe even bigger. And then a minute later, again. And it was like, what is happening? This was even worse than a few days before. So when my wife came home with our daughter-in-law and our grandson, we just decided, like, we need a little free time from this. Let's just drive into town, and we'll have something to eat there. So for us, it's like almost an hour drive. So you have something to eat, and then you come back. So it's like 3-4 hours that you're gone, and you get a little bit of rest. By that time, in the news, it was said that they were going to evacuate Grindavik. So then my wife was like more than an hour on the phone with our son, who was still in the house, to tell him, like, okay, go to the basement. I have my closet there. Take that. We have the old photos. Take those. Trying to find out what is the most important thing to have with us if we need to really go away and we don't know if we're going back. So I drove there with them, and then you have to park your car like 5 kilometers from town, and there's like 20 cars, huge cars from the rescue team, 20 policemen, all blinking lights. It's just unreal. It's like a war zone or something. It's really strange. You have to park your car, then those two have to sign in that they are going into the house. Then they get a seat in one of these big trucks. And my wife had bought like 40 of these big bags in IKEA to fill up. So we are in a big, huge feeling of uncertainty and kind of sadness and like despair, or like you can't. There's no planning anymore. It's just we live just from one day to another, and that's it. And we're here, and we're safe, and that's okay. But we don't feel great, and it's hard to just continue. And we feel very strongly that Iceland is a very small community in a way. So from the moment things like this happen, we get like invitations from all kinds of people, even people that we don't really know so very well, that offer their summer house or invite us to dinner, or just say, if you didn't get any toys or clothes for the little guy, we have some extra. And we feel very strongly that everybody's wanting to help, and it's not the people in Grindavik only that are shocked about this situation. It's the whole of Iceland is, we are all standing together. That's a very strong feeling, and it's really, kind of overwhelming even to feel this, and it's really nice, that this is happening in this way, that people are so helpful.